I'm not entirely sure when, but at some point in my past, I realized that my brain really doesn't work like anybody else around me, that I see the world differently, that I interact with the world differently, and that just because this is how it is for me, I realized very early on that that doesn't mean it's right for anybody else or that's how they see them. This comes from a combination of my ADHD, combination of just how I think of ideas, how I come up with ideas, and also comes about from my clinical depression. The nature of who I am and how I act, the world that I've interacted with, all sort of create various different aspects of who I am and what my mind is about. And I accept that it's unique, and I accept that it's not the same as everybody else. But what I get so often is people saying, "Oh, you must be in category X or box Y, therefore this should work for you." And yes, I do use terms like ADHD and clinical depression, but that's simply so that people can understand where I'm coming from. I mean, honestly, is what I have clinical depression? Well, I mean, I guess it fits the description, but that's not what's important about it. To me, what's important is about how I live with it and deal with it, and the internal battle struggle within me. And for me, ADHD is not actually a downside to me. It's very much like it's a positive to my life. So how can I have a disorder when I see it as such a positive thing? I mean, really, what I want to say is, well, if you don't have ADHD, you must have drone disorder. See, I'm normal. All the rest of you have drone disorder. But the reality is that people with ADHD are the minority, therefore we're the freaks. But terminology doesn't define who I am. And I know that I'm unique in how I view it. It means that when I talk to others, I accept that they're coming at it from their own viewpoint, their own way of seeing it, their own way of being. And I can't possibly tell them, this must be what you're thinking, this is how you must be. And ultimately, why do I raise all of this? Why do I talk about all this? Because of a bunch of actually quite well-meaning people who are trying to tell me what's going on in my head, trying to tell me what's going on with me, as somehow that they understand what my head is like. And I don't think they can. I don't think they get it. And there's a certain degree of, I hate to say it, but frustration on their part when I don't sort of go, oh, of course, right, that's exactly it. That I don't somehow fit into a box that they've described. I mean, I've lived my whole life basically not wanting to be in boxes because it just isn't me. And in depression, this is all about my journey, about where I'm getting to. And sure, I can learn from others and I can take advice from others and that, but ultimately it has to be my path, my way, and for how I can fit in and make it work for me, given my unique mind. Anyway, thanks a lot. Bye.